Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
What do you know about the elf in the corner?
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
So how's business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
Don't care for Lloyd, I take it?
he gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Why don't you leave?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
You leave if you had some help?
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
How about not end up in another tavern?
Well, I can't promise that, but thank you. I don't really know what to say.
Shouldn't you be at the chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
I should go.
Keep safe.
I just love the I should go. It's just like, I should go. I should go.
Not looking for company.
I hear you're Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
Seem awfully nervous. Why is that?
No reason. I just didn't know how you knew my name. That's all.
Said you were looking for your brother.
My what? Oh, yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
Weren't you trying to help fight? I'm supposed to believe that?
Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to... just leave me alone.
What do you mean? What were you told to do?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
It'd be easier if you just tell me where you were hiding.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who are they? Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Terran Loghain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
I don't know you're telling the truth.
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
Fine. I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
He's got better armor than us. We're here with stingy brass and bronze armor, and I assume it's just actually bronze armor, but brass and bronze armor, and he's out there just frickin' with shiny silver
Lloyd won't
steel.
even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an ante from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Better you should be drunk for the coming battle?
I was drunk for the last 2 fights, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If you fought those things, you'd know.
Lloyd is charging us for coin we don't even got anymore. Nobody's working right now. We're all just trying to survive.
What difference does it make? He won't care.
I can't believe I'm
I'll
still
drink
alive.
to you, friend.
I guess that could change tonight.
Lloyd. The Boyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
Let's just do business.
Right. I've got some supplies too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
Ale. Bunch of elf fruit, which I will take. Deep mushrooms. All your Mabari crunches. Your health poultices. I thought he would have more, but I guess it's just this. Graffiti.
Hey, what can Lloyd get you?
Who are you anyways?
Name's Lloyd. So, why'd you come to the village now? The roads can't be all that safe, not with a war brewing.
Came to see Arlie.
Well, you must have been mighty surprised. It's not exactly talkative these days, eh? Something else I can get for you?
You're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Think of the goodwill you would earn.
I never thought of that. Maybe I could try it for a bit. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Oh, you're a saint, Lloyd. Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. Something else I can get for you?
That's it.
Right then.
I don't mind if he doesn't fight, because again, as I said, like, he goes out there with a freaking butter knife. I mean, not a butter knife, but like basically a butter knife. And since he has a knife, he's gonna fight in the front lines, and he doesn't have any armor, and he's very likely to die. Like, sure, it's like an extra bit of cover, like, oh, you have an enemy who's distracting. You know, the more enemies, the more allies you have, the less enemies that you have to deal with single-handedly. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't wanna have to cover for his ass.
I could do that for you.
I could do that. Sorry, I actually can't. Hold on, I will be back. Alright, I'm back. Colonel Garrus.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Regulators.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
Isn't that the same exact word for word line from the same guy, from the guy in Lothering?
What is it?
Yeah, they're all close to leveling up, but not quite.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a
Cloistered
brother before you became a
sister.
Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
No word from the castle? No, all is still as it has been for days. It is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but dead.
Ah, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
More undead.
This should be easy enough.
Love letter. Correspondence interruptus. Collection of embarrassing personal communications between spoiled wealthy and their objects of obsession. You're filthy, a beast. With depravity, I never forced to suffer. How words so laden when they leave your lips beyond decent imaginity. Madam, I love you, sir. AU gold. AU gold. That is AU gold. It's so stupid. Sir Perth.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I do not know quite how to address you. Is my lady sufficient?
My lady would be proper. I am a Terran's daughter.
Very well then, my lady. I am humbly at your service. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now, my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Is there anything I could do? Have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
Is there anything I could do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
I have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Where can I get supplies?
I'm not sure. Murdoch mentioned a blacksmith in the village, but I believe the militia is using everything he had. Beyond that, you might try the village store. It's locked up, but there may be items of use still within. I do not know.
What about the tavern?
Ugh, a fellow named Lloyd runs it. He refuses to close and evacuate to the Chantry. I suppose he might still have something to sell you, though I wouldn't encourage dealing with a fool. He's a profiteer and nothing more.
You mentioned something about an urn?
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Just what was the Earl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Arless not believe anyone could find the urn?
The Earl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days.
Where's the one from?
I only returned myself because I was
Lothering?
passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So knights left the castle defenseless.
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
Oh, let's got something else.
As you wish.
What's your status?
We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
Carry on.
As you wish, my lady. Maker watch over you.
So he wants us to get some holy protection from the Reverend Mother, or whatever they call them. Hey, look, they're actually outfitted in armor now.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
How's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. My men are getting free drinks at the tavern. I suppose it's better to drown your fears rather than go mad waiting for certain death. I'm tempted to have a few ales myself. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed. Overall, I'd say the... Is there anything else?
More questions?
Oh? Ask away.
Okay.
I have a good feeling.
Now let's head into the Chantry and talk to Catelyn as well as the Reverend Mother.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Just, about the sword I found in your home?
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
I'll return it after the battle. It belongs to your family.
Use it well. If we survive, I'll gladly take it back. Thank you again for Bevan. With my mother gone, well, I'm just glad he's safe. I can't thank you enough.
Just be safe, both of you.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Sadly, I will be giving back the sword, because it is the right thing to do, and that's what my character would probably do. Sir Proth needs holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if it thinks it helps them.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
I hear both Murdoch and Sir Perth are ready for nightfall. Excellent news.
I'll have to discuss the situation with you.
Of course.
Never mind.
Very well.
Never mind, then. Seems we are good and able to continue on with whatever it is we're continuing on with. I'll probably end the episode before the fight and then start the fight, because then as soon as we've done the fight, we're going to probably head off into the castle to deal with all the things that the castle has to do with. I'm saying castle funny, because that's what they sounded like when they said castle. Castle.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
You said you wanted holy protection?
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Mother Hannah has some holy amulets. What those do?
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
Do you think it would actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the
carry on. Leliana disproves.
The tavern keeper is letting the militia drink as much ale as they please and is asking for no payment.
As it should be. No sane man should have to pay for the...
Well, I'm gonna end it right there. Oh, right when this game saves. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Stick around for next episode of Corner Session Thingy, and I shall see you then. Bye-bye.